Good morning. Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Fresh off for 5 hours and 11 sleep, 5 hours, 11 minutes of sleep, according to Fitbit. I'm Steve Leader, and this is the Mornings with the Leader Man, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate Aberdeen, as the failing pilot would have you be known in their esteemed paper. Hey, it's a beautiful day out there. Get outside, get some of that bright sunshine on you, kill that coronavirus. Don't listen to these clowns tell you got to sit in their house with a blanket over your head while you're in your closet. Hey, you Democrats, you continue to do that. We'll let you know when it's safe to come out, maybe. Hey, and if you're sitting there and you're drinking your coffee, and you're a little bleary-eyed and you're got a little pain in your head or whatever, take the spoon out of the coffee cup.
I do believe there are those Democrats that hate Trump more than they care about this country and would like the economy to rot in hell.
That's a fact.
Instead of getting it going again. So be damned, their fellow countrymen, the only objective is to get Trump. Nice party. Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on the live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com, top middle of the page. It's where that link is located. On your mobile device, fire up YouTube and put Mornings with the Leader Man into the search to get the same result. If you're on your mobile device just looking at audio stream, fire up a streaming app such as TuneIn, iTunes, or Streamer. Probably already have a stream app on your phone. Fire that up, put WEEB in the search. And if you're on the web, go to our website at talk973.com. There's an icon in the upper right-hand corner of every one of our web pages that says On the Air Listen Live. Click that once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. Picture perfect for killing virus. Sunny with a high of 71. Tonight clear and 46. Tuesday, nothing in the way of killing more virus. Sunny and a high of 76. Let's make it 78. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, a little 58. Wednesday will add a little humidity to it. So more coronavirus killing weather with a high of 80. Thursday, partly cloudy and 72 with a 60% chance of showers. And then full sunshine over the weekend to kill more virus. 72 Friday, 79 Saturday, and 86. Where the hell did that come from?
All right.
On Sunday. That's good. Going to the mountain weather there.
Yeah.
Right now around the Sand Hills, winds to west-northwest is 6, visibility 10 statute miles, pressure 2997, dew point 41, humidity 71, it's sunny and 50 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 7:32 past the hour on this Monday morning. I always like to start out with something that's, slap a smile on your face. And what better way to do that than a little bit here for a minute, 8-second bit from Sam Kinison, the late, great Sam Kinison.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Talking about Richard Simmons' videos.
Richard Simmons has got a show. This is pretty funny. He has a video called Sweatin' with the Oldies Part 2. Like Sweatin' with the Oldies Part 1 left something to be desired. Like we didn't learn enough from that. We didn't see enough from that. Somewhere there was an audience going, no, we want more. Don't tease us, Richard. You only gave us Sweatin' with the Oldies Part 1. Where is Part 2? Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like to see fat women dance and work out. Okay? This is nothing I like. I don't get excited to see I'm not talking about fat. I'm talking about women that look like sumo wrestlers doing squats, and knee bends. I don't want to see that. That'll pay $40 for the video. He charges for this. He charges. He has the weirdest campaign of anybody I've ever seen. He sticks his head out of the box and goes, hey, are you tired of young girls in tight outfits dancing around, doing aerobics? I go, oh, yeah. Yeah, we're sick of that. Why don't you bring on the women that served me food in high school, huh?
That's probably the only clip they could pull out where he wasn't cut.
I was going to say, that's a rare one there. All I was waiting for you to hit the dump switch.
All right, from the late night eunuch boys from over the weekend.
A new survey found that only 18% of couples in quarantine are satisfied with communication with their partner. The remaining 82% didn't really want to talk about it.
Researchers have found, especially for people who might be married or living with someone, that the coronavirus cannot be spread through flatulence. The researchers also say that their careers in research didn't really pan out the way they hoped.
Psychologists are warning single people stuck at home to resist the urge to get in touch with their exes. Okay, but if I don't text my exes, how will they know I love them?
Check this out. Pillsbury now says that their cookie dough will soon be safe to eat, either baked or raw. Americans heard that and were like, what do you mean by soon?
Oh, the Colonel laughed on the last one. I'm in trouble. You think you have it tough working at home? People are using Siri and Alexa more than ever. We tapped into both to see how they were doing, by the way.
Hey Alexa, are you there?
What up, girlfriend?
Are you getting as sick as me with these stay-at-home freaks?
I know. If I hear one more human asking me how to make a face mask, I'm going to puke.
Oh, or where can I get tested? I'd like to shove the cotton swab where the sun don't shine.
And don't get me started about how to dye gray roots.
And what about simple recipes for dinner?
When this is all over, I'm going to need a vacation.
It could be worse.
How?
You could be the on-hold messaging system for unemployment. Ha 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 ha.
Hey, nobody's got it tougher working at home than Bill Clinton.
Yeah, especially when Hillary's there. The 70-year-old president of the Rotary Club in Florida, from our Can't We Just Get Along category, was handing out food outside of a church last week and ended up in a fight with another guy who's been handing out food. Apparently, there was a miscommunication, and the pastor thought that the food was being donated to the church. Then ended up getting in each other's face, and the pastor threw a punch.
Uh-oh. The pastor threw a punch.
Yeah, he claims he thought it was the guy was about to attack him, and he was defending himself. But the 70-year-old guy says the punch came out of nowhere.
When I said, why don't you help us? At that moment, he hit me, and I went backward. We do not do food distribution on Tuesdays. We do food distribution on Thursdays. He was right close up on me as if that he was going to hit me. I was protecting and defending myself. I guess he meant no harm, but I didn't know. I was jittery and I hit it. So I'm 70 years old, brother. All I want to do is help people.
70-year-old man, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't seem that old anymore.
No.
A 6-year-old kid in Canada, named Callahan McLaughlin. Sounds like two movie names. Anyway, he set up a free joke stand at the end of his driveway where he tells jokes to people who walk by just to lift their spirits.
It's not a 6-year-old guy. It's Matt sitting out there.
He says that he knows 16 or 17 jokes and feels they're all pretty strong.
Oh, well, it can't be Matt. Matt only knows one joke.
The peanut joke. Anyway, here's the kid.
What is red, white, and blue? A sad candy cane. What is black, white, and red? A penguin that's embarrassed. What's a pirate's favorite letter? I don't think I have any bad jokes, but my sister has, like, awful ones.
There was a protest in Madison, Wisconsin on Friday to open up businesses. And so many people were on the streets, several restaurants and shops in the area had to close to protect customers and staff. The owner of one restaurant said that they do a big fish fry on Fridays, so it costs them a whole lot of business.
It's Friday Fish Fry, so it is basically when we do the majority of our business for the whole week. I find it extremely irresponsible and foolish.
All right, well, during these days of staying in, you may need something uplifting. That's why we're glad to tell you there are many upsides to quarantine.
Here's your upside to quarantine fact of the day. Since most people are staying home, burglaries are down around the country. Of course, that means some people must be isolating themselves with would-be burglars. But hey, we'll take the positive. That was your upside to quarantine fact of the day.
Well, now the liberal bites the dust. The planning commissioner in California had to resign after a Zoom meeting showed him drinking beer on the call, slurring his words, and tossing his cat across the room.
Liberal privilege. There you go. Hey, I just throw that cat. Yeah, you.
The cat was meowing, so he picked it up and introduced it to everyone. At the end of the clip, you could hear him make a squeak when he tossed it. Here's your clip.
Commissioner Platzer, do you have any comments that you would like to make?
Yes, if I'm allowed to make them.
Yes.
Okay, first I'd like to introduce my cat.
I can't say the word on the radio. What a moron.
Well, they made him resign.
Oh, big deal. How about, why don't you send 6 men and a boy over there and toss him around for a little bit?
Yeah, really.
What a puke.
Or one Marine.
Yeah, well, Marines are busy.
Chicago Public Health Director says swimming pools aren't a great idea during the crisis and introduced people to the term fecal shedding. Even she had trouble saying it without laughing.
The practice of obviously being in a swimming pool, unfortunately, we do know that there is some fecal shedding of the coronavirus, if I can go ahead and share that. And so, as well as associated with pools, you would have locker rooms with which people would need to change, so you would have more people congregated in the same setting.
Oh, jeez. All right. That's yeah, okay. Oh, dear.
Someone in Canada sued after they bought a defective parrot with a fatal disease. Now people are comparing it to the famous Monty Python sketch.
I wish to complain about this parrot what I purchased not half an hour ago from this very boutique.
Oh, yes, the Norwegian blue. What's wrong with it?
I'll tell you what's wrong with it. It's dead. That's what's wrong with it.
No, it's resting. Look.
Look, my lad, I know a dead parrot when I see one, and I'm looking at one right now.
No, it's not dead. It's resting.
Resting?
Yeah. Remarkable bird, the Norwegian blue. Beautiful plumage, isn't it?
The plumage don't enter into it. It's stone dead.
Man, a couple of good news stories for you. Captain Tom Moore is a World War II vet who raised over $50 million for charity by walking on his back patio. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And now he has the #1 hit single.
Uh-oh.
A bunch of healthcare workers sang the Jerry and the Pacemaker song, You'll Never Walk Alone, and he's featured heavily on it. Here's how the oldest person to ever have a #1 hit single in the UK. He'll be 100 years old this Thursday.
Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown.
Yeah, you make anybody sound good, right?
Well, he's 100 years old.
I'm going to say. Yeah. He already sounded good.
And you're doing the show better. And you're 100 years old. We'll see what people say.
I still won't sing. And a guy in London live streamed himself clapping for healthcare workers for 24 hours straight. He raised $10,000 for charity doing it, or 6,000 pounds. Here's the very end of his live stream.
Thank you to everyone that tuned in, and thank you to everyone that donated. We raised, I think, £6,000.
Okay. And it was another week of Saturday Night Live at home, the home edition. Brad Pitt did the cold open. With the gray wig and glasses, he was betraying Dr. Fauci, commenting on recent presidential statements. You can decide for yourself if there's an ounce of funny in it.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Anthony Fauci. First, I'd like to thank all the older women in America who have sent me supportive, inspiring, and sometimes graphic emails. Now, there's been a lot of misinformation out there about the virus. And yes, the president has taken some liberties with our guidelines. So tonight, I would like to explain what the president was trying to say. And remember, let's all keep an open mind.
We had a great meeting today with a lot of the great companies, and they're going to have vaccines, I think, relatively soon.
Relatively soon is an interesting phrase. Relative to the entire history of Earth, sure, the vaccine's going to come real fast. But if you were to tell a friend, I'll be over relatively soon, and then showed up a year and a half later, well, your friend may be relatively pissed off.
So who was that imitating Dr.
Brad Pitt?
Oh, Brad Pitt. Oh, okay.
What a terrible imitation.
No. Dr. Faustus, yes.
Oh, man. Senior moment. Oh.
Doesn't get any better.
Well, of course, last Thursday, as we told you, the good governor has kept us shut down to February 8th.
May 8th?
May 8th. Yeah. And it may go further than that. That's before we can enter phase one. Phase one still has you got to stay at home order in it.
Right.
You know, sometimes they got to let market forces dictate. I mean, you listen to the Democrats and Joe Biden, you think that this, well, they all say the president isn't quick enough. He didn't do the right things. You know, I, sitting in my bunker, could have told you what to do.
Right.
Yeah, when he's calling him a homophobe and a xenophobe and a racist, all in the same breath, when he shut down Japan. Now they're saying, China. And now they're saying, well, there were 10,000 Americans that came in. Well, yeah, this is their home. You left out the part that he quarantined them. You know, just didn't let them in to come spread the virus. They were put in quarantine. But you leave that part out. How convenient of a Democrat.
Well, it's liberal privilege. They can just stand there and blatantly lie to you and not suffer any consequences for it.
While Nancy's in California eating her chocolate from her $28,000 freezer, the high-end chocolate ice cream.
Again, liberal privilege.
She can't board the damn free plane that we give her to ride around in, the 737, to haul her one stinky ass over here and vote. But she sits there and basically smiles in our face and says, everybody enjoy chocolate ice cream, wearing her little preppy sweater around her neck that you just love to go up to and stretch. Here, let me tighten that up for you, Nancy.
Well, either that or just pull a stocking over her face so we don't have to look at her.
Take 20 years off of her right there, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But, again, liberal privilege, they get away, Hillary Clinton, liberal privilege, not prosecuted for any one of a number of felony crimes, and
he finally signed the bill, and now it looks like it'll be tomorrow before they can start distributing any of it. And the question becomes, they're going to do it like they did last time, where all the privileged large businesses get all the money, like Harvard, Stanford, Georgetown, who were some others? Whole bunch of them.
Well, larger companies.
Yeah.
That weren't in a
Bruce Chris Steakhouse.
Yeah, that didn't really need it. Now, there's probably some large companies maybe that do need it, that are on a thin edge, but those in particular did not. They have, in
$1 billion
in the case of the colleges, they have, in Harvard's case, the $30 billion endowment I think that's the number I saw, 40 billion?
40 billion.
So, colleges with these large endowments, no, they don't need $10 million or $20 million or whatever it was they were asking for. They generate that in a week in interest on those endowments.
Meanwhile, Jodo Tire Service can't get a dime.
Right.
And probably won't because he doesn't have the clout to get the bank's attention to shove it through. They say it's first come, first served. Bulldicky. It's not. You know it's not. I know it's not because the average check in North Carolina under this program was $1.5 million. Now tell me how many companies you know that got that kind of payroll.
Well, and think of how many companies they could have helped through this thing had that been a little more equitably distributed.
Because you got the big end guys who borrow big bucks from the bank, and they said, hey, that's $3 million I can borrow. How about help me borrow that? Sure, we'll put you on top of the pile. Shove it in electronically at the start of the bell. And they get their $10 million check. You don't get crap. So don't plan on any, it's what I'm saying. If you put in numerous places, the odds of you getting it, I think you have a better chance of winning the lottery.
Well, this whole shutdown thing is beginning to look like quite a bit of a scam here.
If they're going to shell out money for one, they need to shell it out for all.
Yeah, we need to start pushing back on this thing. Hey, maybe county by county, we just get back to work. How about it, Moore County? Where's our commissioners? Why don't we just say, hey, Moore County, let's go ahead and we'll just start getting back to business here.
Yeah, I think we know more than the governor sitting in his mansion on Eden Street in Raleigh.
I don't expect much out of our legislature. I don't expect much out of our commissioners. I mean, I haven't heard a peep out of any of them. I just see this garbage rolling out of the governor's mouth. But,
Well, let's see if we can lighten your condition up this morning.
Maybe.
Now a little comic stand-up. Frank Caliendo, he's a good one. Here he is doing Al Pacino as Darth Vader.
You don't realize how important a voice is till you hear the wrong one in its place. There's a reason they use the voice of James Earl Jones as Darth Vader in Star Wars and not a guy like Al Pacino, right? No, because this doesn't work. Luke! Come to the dark side so we can rule the universe as Father and Son! I can't breathe in this thing. And I'm too stinking blind. Hoo-ah.
They did have Al Pacino play the devil in a movie.
Yes, he did.
With, John Wick, what's his name?
No, it wasn't John Wick.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he played a lawyer.
Yeah, but that wasn't John Wick.
No, he didn't. The guy who played John Wick. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he played the young lawyer that got duped by him.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. I saw that one in passing somewhere. I don't remember it.
And the devil had sex with his Keanu's wife in the movie.
I guess.
He did.
I don't remember that part. I guess maybe I blanked that out. I don't know.
And that's when Keanu went to kill the devil.
Oh.
What was the name of that movie?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Strange movie. All right, 53 past the hour. Is he alive or is he dead? North Korean leader Kim Jong-un hasn't been seen in public since April the 11th, leading to speculation about his health. There are even reports that he's either dead or in grave danger following heart surgery. A South Korean newspaper reported that he needed the procedure due to, quote, excessive smoking, obesity, and overwork. But yesterday, the South Korean official said he, quote, is alive and well and staying in a coastal city called Wonsan, where he has a luxury compound.
Wonsan?
Not Wuhan, Wonsan.
No, I know.
Wonsan, I guess, is W-O-N-S-A-N.
Yeah, I think I remember where that is. when you're doing a tour in Westpac, Korea kind of tends to have your focus for a while. Wonsan is on the East Coast in the Sea of Japan area.
All right, you ever been to Korea?
Yes, I have.
Not a cesspool?
Some of it. That's my.
They all look hot and humid to me.
No, it's not hot and humid. Not where I was, man.
Are you there in the wintertime?
Yes,
No.
I wintered over in the mountains, man. It was freaking
It was like
cold.
Russian winter, huh?
Yeah, I tell you what, the ground's about as hard as the top of your desk here. Jesus, that was nasty. I was not happy.
I had one other soundbite. Where did it go to? It's Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I read something from old the Rolling Stones think they're a better band than the Beatles
Yeah.
because they, they're still touring and all that. I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, they are a better band, greater band. I don't know what the term was he used.
Here it is. Does longevity make a band better than another? Mick Jagger was asked about Paul McCartney's recent comments that the Beatles were better than the Rolling Stones. Here's why he believes the Stones are the better group.
The Rolling Stones, a big concert band in other decades and other eras when the Beatles never even did an arena tour with a decent sound system, that they broke up before that business started. So that business started in 1969 and the Beatles never experienced that. Yeah, they played and they did a great gig and I was there in Shea Stadium. But, the Stones went on and we started doing stadium gigs in the 70s and still doing them now. So, that's the real big difference between these two bands. That one band is unbelievably, luckily, still playing in stadiums and the other band doesn't exist.
Well, he's got a really good point, except that, you can take it too far. I mean, I've seen a couple of clips of their live stuff here lately, and I'm not sure what they're doing. It's all that great.
Like Rolling Stones?
Yeah, the Rolling Stones. I mean, he does have a point.
Yeah, by the time the Beatles were really getting going, they broke up.
Yeah, they were all done. Yep. And
each one to go their own collective way.
Yep. And well, I guess Paul McCartney, I guess you'd say he had success individually, but yeah, I don't know about the rest of them.
Now the Stones walk out in a 50,000 person arena and it's full.
Yeah, it is amazing. I mean, for what I guess if you're sitting, halfway back in the stadium or whatever, what's actually on the stage doesn't really come into focus. So.
Yeah, they got big TV screens all over the place, but
yeah, they're still out there doing their thing. I mean, I think the man.
I'd write you a check to leave me at home, but that's just me.
Yep.
But who was it? I went and saw Paul McCartney at I got drugged to it, I should say, at Cardiff Finley Stadium. That's where State plays, and it was full. And I had connections, and I was in the other end zone with my tickets.
So much for your connections.
Yeah, really.
To rethink those, I guess.
Well, the Civic Center in Raleigh were the ones distributing the tickets.
Yeah.
And we had put on a show, the Long Branch, which I own, put on a show with Ricky Van Shelton at the Civic Center. I said, well, out of this, can we at least get a couple of tickets to Paul McCartney? I'll pay for them. I just want decent tickets. She says, well, I'll set a couple aside for you.
Yeah.
And I got the other 5-yard line. Boy, I hate to see it if she hated me. They were awful tickets.
But but again, when you consider the Rolling Stones are still active, still out there doing it, that's amazing to me. What's his name there? He's about 90 years old now.
Mick?
Yeah.
He looked like he's 95. All right, coming up on 8 o'clock, currently 50 degrees. Here's your news, sports, and weather, and we'll return on the backside.
We're going to kick off the start of the week with beautiful conditions. We'll have plenty of sunshine built in for this afternoon, and temperatures will be on the cooler side in the upper 60s and lower 70s because we're going to get a wind to move in out of the north and west. Otherwise, tomorrow it will be warmer. We'll keep plenty of sunshine around. Highs will be in the mid to upper 70s, and more rain will work its way in late Wednesday leading into Thursday. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Getting back to business, handful of additional states to reopen this week. Correspondent Julie Walker says exactly how that will happen will vary from state to state.
Minnesota allows some workers who don't deal with the public to go back. Montana ends its stay-at-home order. Mississippi says some retailers can open, and Tennessee lets some restaurants open. Those states join Georgia, Oklahoma, and Alaska that also reopened some businesses last week.
And despite ongoing restrictions, it was a busy beach weekend in Southern California. The sand and surf beckon as the region is gripped by a heat wave. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin says he expects the economy to come roaring back over the summer as virus restrictions ease and people get back to work. But in the meantime, the White House bracing for some painful economic statistics.
The next couple of months are going to look terrible.
White House advisor Kevin Hassett.
You're going to see numbers that are as bad as anything that we've ever seen. I think the unemployment rate is going to jump to a level probably around 16% or even higher in the next jobs report.
And what about gross domestic product, a common indicator used to track the health of a nation's economy?
I think GDP growth in the second quarter is going to be, negative, big number. Wall Street estimates are negative 20, negative 30% at an annual rate.
The next jobs report is due out on May 8th. I'm Shelley Appler.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson back at work after battling the virus, urging his fellow Brits not to grow complacent in social distancing.
This is the moment of opportunity. This is the moment when we can press home our advantage. It is also the moment of maximum risk.
On Wall Street this morning, stock futures in positive territory. At the moment, Dow futures up 228 points. S&P futures ahead 27 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans and Rocket Mortgage. During the challenging times we're all experiencing, our top priority is the health and safety of the communities we serve. And while it's true that things are changing rapidly every day, one thing that'll never change is our commitment to giving you the best mortgage experience. At Rocket Mortgage, our guiding philosophy of every client, every time, no exceptions, no excuses, exists for times like right now. We understand that hardships may arise, and we're prepared to help. If you currently work with us and need assistance with your mortgage, contact us 24/7 at rocketmortgage.com. As we all think about ways to save money, let me remind you that mortgage rates are near historic lows. If you think right now is the right time to refinance your mortgage, our home loan experts are available to help you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rocketmortgage.com.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. And MLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Authorities in Nigeria's commercial capital are mandating the wearing of face masks in a bid to halt the spread of the virus.
The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, said the government has started a massive production of face masks for distribution to residents. It is mandatory to wear them in public places. The number of cases of COVID-19 recorded daily in Lagos has continued to rise. The state has a population of about 20 million people, and many of them live in cramped housing conditions. Lagos and neighboring Ogun State, as well as the capital Abuja, have been on lockdown for a month.
That's BBC's Chris Iwokor. Desperate business owners in Russia pleading with the Kremlin for help in the pandemic shutdown. The response, though, has been slow, largely focused on big industries, leaving most smaller companies to fend for themselves, raising the prospect of massive unemployment across Russia, as well as social unrest. News and analysis at townhall.com. The head of communications for the Trump campaign says it's a daily battle to counter a left-leaning bias in the White House press corps.
It's really just sad to see what's become of the national media.
Mark Lauder says he spent 12 years as a media professional, and based on his studies in college,
What it has become now is not what it's supposed to be.
Lauder tells the Salem Radio Network many reporters need to get back to simply reporting the news.
And leave it to others to do the analysis.
Lauder says too many have taken to analyzing the news, often through the lens of what he calls liberal groupthink. Bob Agnew reporting.
A survey of U.S. business economists this month finds that a third of their companies had shut down at least some of their operations. Two-thirds had laid off or furloughed employees or cut their pay, trying to minimize the impact of the coronavirus. The survey conducted by the National Association for Business Economics, a survey taken earlier this month. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Looking for something delicious for lunch, dinner, or an upcoming event? Then head on over to Jaya's Indian Cuisine Takeout and Food Truck in Southern Pines. Specializing in takeout, catering, and food truck vending, their menu offers classic Northern and Southern Indian appetizers and entrees. Their menu changes daily, so check their Facebook and Instagram page for daily menu and truck locations. They deliver anywhere right now, so you can call them at 910-725-0875. That's 910-725-0875.
Hey, this is Steve Leader Adams. You know, for many years I've had arthritis in my right shoulder. I was at the point that surgery was the only option. Then I discovered pressure wave therapy, available at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. Pressure wave therapy is a machine that concentrates pulses of pressure waves into your joint at a rate of 2,000 pulses per minute. The treatment is non-invasive and there is no downtime. Pressure waves help your body restore blood flow to your damaged joints and can even remove bone spurs, and works on almost any joint in the body, including knees, hips, feet, and elbows. I've gone to only being able to raise my arms from 90 degrees to a full 360-degree motion. You can live pain-free too, without going under a surgeon's knife. Give Dr. Sharon Wright a call at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. 910-673-2225. That's 910-673-2225.
What keeps your house toasty warm, cooks your food and heats your water, and gives you a great excuse to hang out in front of your fireplace? Propane gas, brought to you by McNeil Oil and Propane of Aberdeen. McNeil Oil and Propane can handle all of your propane or heating oil needs. Call them at 944-2329 and have them come out to fill your own tank, or they can provide you with a new one. When you need propane or heating oil, call McNeil Oil and Propane today at 944-2329. That's 944-2329.
On the line with us, a great friend, Rodney Swarms with the Plumbing Night. How you doing, Rodney?
Steve, I'm doing great. COVID-19 and all.
Let me ask you, are you guys essential?
Steve, there's an old saying amongst plumbers. Plumbers protect the health of a nation. We're doing great.
As we know, Rodney, COVID-19 is very real. What are you doing to combat it there at the Plumbing Night?
We've implemented over a dozen changes to combat and comply with COVID-19. Some people today think it's kind of strange to be wearing gloves everywhere. The Plumbing Night has worn gloves since day one. We do it to protect ourselves and also to protect our customers. We have something kind of interesting. It's called a virtual estimate. We're the first ones in Moore County to use it in the plumbing world, and all you have to do is call us and we can look at your problem over the phone, and often we can diagnose it as well.
You mean you don't have to go in a customer's home?
That's right, Steve. It's called a virtual estimate.
If you'd like a virtual estimate or any other plumbing need, give the Plumbing Night a call at 639-5555, day or night, or on the web at theplumbingnight.com.
This time of year, it's hard to know whether to put on a coat or short sleeves, not to mention whether to use the heat or AC. But one thing that is predictable is you absolutely need to service your heating and air system to avoid costly repairs or replacements down the road. Call Four Seasons Heating and Air to schedule your service checkup before the summer gets here and it becomes an emergency. Four Seasons Heating and Air, the company that wants you to get comfortable with them. Call 235-0606. That's 235-0606.
Hey Sandhills, it's Anthony from Champion Car Wash and Detail Shop. We want to thank our incredible clients for all the support in the month of March. For our customers' safety, for the safety of our team, we made the difficult decision to close the wash tunnel for the month of April to comply with the governor's COVID-19 stay-at-home order. Our detail shop is still open and available by appointment. If you do need to schedule a detail service, call us at 692-5060. That's Champion Car Wash and Detail Shop at the corner of Morganton and Broad in downtown Southern Pines.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. While social distancing and lockdown orders are helping to flatten the curve, the number of infections and deaths are still going up. CBS's Ben Tracy.
Dr. Deborah Burke says a different type of coronavirus test, similar to those that test for flu, is needed to adequately screen the U.S. population. A so-called antigen test would more quickly and cheaply detect the body's response to the virus.
It just allows you to screen large numbers of individuals quickly.
Birx also said the White House is working with states to increase testing capacity, despite the president saying states are responsible for their own testing and bragging about the overall U.S. response.
North Carolina Congressman David Price says the $484 billion legislation signed into law by President Trump will help small businesses in the midst of the pandemic. Price tells Spectrum News.
This is designed to replenish the money as well as to replenish some funding for hospitals and other healthcare providers.
Like many colleges and universities, in March, ECU made the move to alternative course delivery, such as online video or email-based instruction. Dr. Glenn Hubbard, a professor at the university, tells WITN News.
Some are actually more confident on these online settings than they would be in a classroom. That's been an interesting observation.
Easing lockdown measures from the COVID-19 pandemic requires addressing questions about national strategy, the role of cities and states, widespread testing, and contact tracing. That's according to Dr. Mark McClellan, a physician and economist who directs the Duke Margolis Center for Health and Policy.
One is a healthcare system that is not under duress, so adequate capacity for potential further surges in the virus.
Police in Salisbury are investigating a shooting that killed one person and wounded 3 others on Sunday. No suspects have immediately been identified. You're listening to NCN News.
Oh, hi. Darcy the cow here for Black Cow, the mature manure. You know, spending more time at home means you now have more time to work in your garden. And when you're ready to plant vegetables or pretty flowers, make sure you start with a bag of Black Cow. Oh, and check out our how-to videos at blackkow.com.
Black cow, the mature manure, black cow.
2020, another big year for North Carolina politics. Republicans and Democrats battling for the state's electoral votes, competing for the governor's mansion, control of the General Assembly, the top job in the state Supreme Court. Carolina Journal covers all the action. Available each month as a free newspaper, every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your best source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
Now overseas, where the British Prime Minister is back at work after a nasty case of the virus. Washington and the world again are keeping an eye on North Korea and its young leader, who has been out of sight.
I'm Tom Foti. There have been unsubstantiated rumors and reports for weeks about the health of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. There have been more of them this weekend, apparently triggered by satellite imagery of a train, the kind of train Kim uses to travel. This one spotted at a country resort town that is usually reserved for use by the Kim family. That, of course, is no proof of anything about Kim, and North Korea is saying nothing. Tom Foti, CBS News.
COVID-19 is slowing many businesses, but there is one business in Cary that has more work to help frontline workers in the medical community by making face shields. Owner Lisa Higginbotham tells ABC 11.
We are going to cut the shields to help NC State with the headpieces and the face shields that they're making to distribute.
While social distancing and lockdown orders are helping to flatten the curve, the number of infections and deaths are still going up. CBS's Mark Strassman has that.
Colorado's Democratic Governor Jared Polis announced his state's stay-at-home order would end today. What we know is that what matters a lot more than the date that the stay-at-home ends is what we do going forward. It doesn't accomplish anything if it's not replaced with practices that are sustainable for the weeks and months that it's likely to remain with us. At least 12 states are easing restrictions on non-essential businesses like restaurants, salons, and some retailers. None has met the CDC's guidelines for relaxing social distancing rules. A 14-day decline in hospitalizations.
2 children died at a crash over the weekend in Durham. Their names have not been released. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Expect plenty of sunshine as we head into the afternoon. It's going to be a lovely start to the week. Look for those highs today in the upper 60s and lower 70s. And the reason why we're going to be a little bit cooler this afternoon is because we're going to see those winds move in out of the north and west. Tomorrow, they're going to switch directions. We're going to warm up. Highs will be in the mid to upper 70s. I'm meteorologist Peter Shearwood in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, we have sunny skies, 53 degrees, humidity 66%, dew point 62, pressure 30 even, winds variable at 5, visibility at 10 statute miles. It's 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Monday morning. 2 people were injured in a car crash in Pine Bluff early yesterday morning. The single vehicle accident occurred in the 100 block of Pine Bluff Lake Road. A driver and passenger were heading west when the vehicle ran off the road into a front yard and striking and uprooting a tree. The Honda sedan continued into a wooded area, crashed into several trees, and ended up wedged between 2 trees. The impact with the first tree ripped the driver's side of the car open, and debris and personal effects were spread over a 50-foot area from the crash. The driver's father arrived on scene and transported him to the hospital by car. The passenger was located at a house about a mile away from EMS when EMS was called for the victim. The North Carolina Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of the accident. A Moore County deputy shot an armed suspect after a confrontation Saturday evening in North Moore County. The shooting occurred in the Westmore community during an investigation into a disturbance call. The deputy was confronted by an armed individual after numerous commands ordering the suspect to lower the weapon. The deputy fired his service weapon, striking and injuring the suspect. Emergency medical aid was immediately rendered, and the suspect was transported to First Elmore Regional. The SBI is investigating that incident. Around 11:45 Saturday night, a motorist called 911 to report a home fire on Highway 2427 near the intersection of Big Oak Church Road, about 7 miles outside of Robbins. Eagle Springs Fire Department was the first unit to arrive on scene to find flames showing from the mobile home. Firefighters from multiple departments were able to knock the flames down, quickly containing the fire to 2 areas of the home. No one was at home at the time of the fire. The cause is still unknown. And Governor Roy Cooper has announced that the North Carolina's public school buildings will not reopen this school year due to COVID-19. Cooper originally closed K-12 schools in all districts in mid-March for 2 weeks, then extended his executive order through May 15th. Cooper says the decision wasn't taken lightly, but it's important to protect the health and safety of students and school staff. He says remote learning will continue for the rest of the school year, and that the reopening of buildings this summer and fall will depend on meeting health goals that will be developed. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel. And, of course, you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. 8:17, time for sports. That's next here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. 6 weeks after Wake Forest's season ended, the Demon Deacons announced the firing of their head men's basketball coach, Danny Manning. The official word coming from the athletics director, John Curry, during a virtual press conference on Saturday.
After a comprehensive review of the program, and with the support of President Hatch and university leadership, I've made the decision that we need a change in leadership, and I relieve Coach Manning of his duties.
Manning never won an NCAA tournament game during his 6 years in Winston-Salem. His overall record, 78-111. They haven't won an NCAA tournament game since 2010. Teams in the NFC South continue to stack their rosters with quarterbacks. A person familiar with the situation said the New Orleans Saints are working on a contract proposal to make former Bucs starter Jameis Winston a backup to Drew Brees. This, as the Saints say, reserve quarterback Taysom Hill has signed a new 2 2-year contract. The person, or the source I should say, spoke to the AP on the condition of anonymity on Sunday because negotiations were still ongoing. Tampa Bay replaced Winston with New England expat Tom Brady. ESPN executive producer Seth Markman says he was overwhelmed with how everything came together over the 3 days of the NFL draft. It also ended up being must-see TV as the first significant live sporting event, so to speak, since the coronavirus pandemic ground everything to a halt. The draft averaged a record 8.4 million viewers over all 3 days, according to the NFL and Nielsen. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says he could envision baseball games being played without fans this summer at Yankee Stadium and the Mets City Field, adding that if players could get paid more than staying at home and owners would get some revenue versus total shutdown, why not? He'd love to watch, he says. Cuomo has spoken with owners of professional sports teams that would have to make the economics work without gate revenue, but with broadcast revenue. This is NCN Sports.
Spring and the onset of summer increases the likelihood of thunderstorms. Alternative Power, your North Carolina Generac service provider, reminds you to stay alert. As a thunderstorm approaches, get out of boats and away from water. If you're caught outdoors, find a low spot away from trees, fences, and poles. Alternative Power guards homes against extended power outages with the Generac automatic standby generator. Alternative Power, North Carolina's Generac experts. See more at alternativepower.com.
From fuel to battery power, steel has been defining the future of outdoor power equipment for over 90 years. With hard-working trimmers, hedge trimmers, chainsaws, and more, Steel products deliver the power professionals need to conquer their workday. And with fleet discounts for qualifying customers, Steel delivers savings too. Steel is not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot, always at a local Steel dealer. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. Lowe's and the Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
Social media content delivery platforms are ready to cash in along with college athletics. The NCAA is changing its rules on how athletes can be compensated for use of their name, image, or likeness. Schools will likely make it part of recruiting, and some already have relationships with platforms through contracts with athletics departments. Sports is back, so to speak. The professional bull riders returned from a 41-day break this week in Guthrie, Oklahoma for the Unleash the Beast event, originally scheduled for Las Vegas. Fabiano Vieira won the competition with only a 3-for-3 performance. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Aaron Cooper here with Cooper Ford. With all that's going on out there right now, we just wanted everybody to know that we are and will always be dedicated to I hope that everyone will support their local businesses during this time. It's so important that all of us do our best to stay healthy, and when we can, support the local folks that depend on this community to support them. So please give us a call at 910-947-2244 or visit us on the web at cooperford.net. As always, working really hard to be your hometown dealer. Thank you.
At Pool Automotive, being local and family-owned isn't just a title. It's the lifeblood of our business. The moment you walk into our Aberdeen showroom, you'll be treated like family. You see, we believe that all our guests deserve quality, reliable used vehicles, and we have the inventory and finance options to make it happen. When you buy a new vehicle, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated by thousands. Before you throw that money away, come to Pool Automotive and check out our huge selection of premium vehicles. We have high-quality, off-lease vehicles, most of which...
Do you promise to love, honor, and cherish, forsaking all others?
I do.
I do.
And now, by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you...
.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you. Review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
The following is a message from the Moore County Veterans Service Office. Many of Moore County's veterans are considered to be high risk during the coronavirus shutdown and may need help accessing non-emergency goods and services. While the Moore County Veterans Service Office is currently closed to the public, our staff is available by phone to provide referrals to community resources that can help with non-emergency issues. Call the Veterans Service Office at 910-947-3257 and leave a message for referrals, information on veterans' disability, and other claims. Please allow 48 hours for messages to be returned. New York Deli is a slice of the Big Apple in Pinehurst. Located in Olmsted Village, New York Deli offers authentic New York bagels, New York-style pizza on Wednesdays and Fridays, and a full full breakfast menu until 11 a.m. Choose from one of their 33 signature sandwiches, like the Central Park or the incredible Plaza Pastrami. New York Deli is open weekdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can call ahead for takeout at 295-2264 or have your order delivered via DoorDash, Uber Eats, or Easy Bites.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Wendy, Deborah, Denise, Marta, Roberta, Patricia, Tina, just a few of the 48 women that Gary Ridgway murdered, mostly teens. As part of his plea deal, he led cops to the graves of many of the victims, something he could not have done had he not been guilty. Gary is more commonly known by his nickname, the Green River Killer. He'd kill a girl, then simply dump her body in some nasty place where the body would be eventually stumbled upon by someone. He dumped them in ways and places that you and I would feel bad about dumping an empty McDonald's bag. He left them there to rot, and sometimes he'd return and do things to them that I'm not going to talk about. I think you know what they are, and you're right. As a result of this plea bargain, he was sentenced to life with no possibility of parole. He almost got out of jail last week, him and thousands of other inmates. The inmates filed a lawsuit, you see, saying prison did not give them enough protection from the pandemic. 4 judges said release him. 5 said no. But for one vote, this man and thousands of other inmates like him almost were dumped upon us. The 4 judges said we could trust them to stay in their home away from people. Really? We trusted him not to kill 48 people. I don't trust this guy. I don't care about his rights. I care about ours in the Zumwalt Zone.
We're going to kick off the start of the week with beautiful conditions. We'll have plenty of sunshine built in for this afternoon, and temperatures will be on the cooler side in the upper 60s and lower 70s because we're going to get a wind to move in out of the north and west. Otherwise, tomorrow it will be warmer. We'll keep plenty of sunshine around. Highs will be in the mid to upper 70s, and more rain will work its way in late Wednesday leading into Thursday. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Good morning.
Today is a new day.
What's going on? Why are you whispering? Everyone's sleeping.
Still sleeping?
Well, not for long.
Not for long.
Wait, what?
Wake up!
We just woke up.
Wake up!
I'm awake. It's Monday morning.
Okay, time to get back to work.
Ready when you are. Bring it up.
Bring it on! Showtime.
Sooner or later, love is gonna get you. Sooner or later, girl, you got to give in. Sooner or later, love is gonna let you. Sooner or later, love is gonna win.
Good morning. Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Hey, welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man, who's fresh off of 5 hours and 11 minutes of sleep last night. Along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate Aberdeen, as the failing pilot refers to you. Hey, the question of the day, people. You know, hey, you're getting your taste of socialism. How you liking it so far? You know, curfews, food shortages, suspended privileges.
No toilet paper.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Venezuela. You know, Venezuela's got no toilet paper, and neither do we. How do you like that little comparison, people?
Yeah.
Come on. This is ridiculous.
And Venezuela has shortage of food. So do we.
Yeah. Well, it's getting there.
Can't get there.
Yeah, hey, Steve can't get his chicken. Come on now.
Yeah.
You know?
Some days is there, some days is not.
Hey,
How, man? We're supposed to plan a dinner meeting.
You know, and the Chinese own Smithfields out there in Iowa. I think it's Smithfields. And they've just closed down their plants, all the pork plants out there, so pork processing. So there you go for that. You know, now they're...
Is that why the bacon's going up so high?
Yeah, now they're starving us out here. That's what's going on here, people. Come on. Start talking to your county commissioner. Start talking... Well, I guess what's his name there? Jesus, I can't even think of his name. He doesn't return anybody's phone call anyway. But you know, So yeah, hey, start talking. We gotta do something here, people. We gotta get back to work.
Yeah, it's lay down and destroy the economy or stand up for it. It's time to go back to work. Market demands will place things. In other words, people will have to make the customers feel safe when they enter their establishment. Otherwise, guess what? They're not coming in.
Right.
So leave it to the market forces to work, and not Governor Cooper who talks to you like you're in third grade.
Yeah, you need to start putting the pressure on our elected officials, because we're getting run down here, people. It's starting to hurt. Well, it is hurting.
All right, don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available to you now at talk973.com. Top and middle of the page is where the link's located, and hundreds of thousands of people find us every day on our audio stream. I'll tell you about that in a second. If you want to get the video stream on your mobile device, fire up YouTube and put Mornings with the Leader Man in there. For our world-famous audio stream, well, you can fire up any streaming service on your mobile device, such as TuneIn, iTunes, Streamer. All of those work. Many others do, too. Just put WEEB in the search, and if you're on our website at talk973.com, upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon on there that says Listen Live on the air. Click that once, you're listening that quick. It's going to be sunny today, 71 for a high. Good coronavirus killing weather. Tonight, clear, 46 for your low. Then for tomorrow, more coronavirus killing weather. Hotter, 78 degrees, sunshine. Just go outside, lay in the sun a little bit, sit in the sun.
Yes,
let that thing kill it.
Hey, get out there, play some golf. Keep our golf course. I'm not a big golfer, but, hey, play some golf and keep them in business, man.
Use your glove to pick up your ball.
Yeah, there you go.
And your pin.
Maintain hey,
then put a sanitizer on.
Most of you golfers spend most of your time out in the woods anyway, looking for your ball, so that's social distancing. Go ahead, get out there.
Yeah, pick up a tick or two while you're at it. Let's see, Wednesday, part of the cloudy scattered showers. That means higher humidity, higher temperatures, 80 degrees, more killing weather. I never thought I'd say killing weather on radio. Thursday, showers likely 72. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, just a kill zone there, man. All sunshine. And in the 70s and 86 by Sunday. Wow. Killing it left and right. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are variable, visibility 10 statute miles. 30 even for the pressure, 2.42, 66 humidity. It's sunny and 53 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Got there in time. All right, it is 8:33, 33 past the hour on this Monday morning. Back to work back to your video work, I guess. Let's see. Things we need to know today so we do not sound stupid. More planes are leaving Montana these days than JFK. Who would have ever thought that, huh?
Well, Montana, they're smart. What can I tell you? They're open.
The Supreme Court in the Netherlands has ruled that doctors can euthanize dementia patients.
Where was this?
Netherlands.
The Netherlands, yeah, there you go.
That socialist country?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, they've...
All right. Another taste of socialism this morning.
Well, what's really bad is what's his name, Cuomo up there in New York didn't get away with it, but he put out a directive to not resuscitate patients because, compressions and all that, you'd be spreading the virus, and he took such heat on it that he reversed it. But in effect, I've read it and I've seen it, saw a little blurb on it this morning. You have cardiac patients or whatever, and they're not resuscitating, they're just letting you die. They being hospitals and EMS, et cetera, around various places around the country, they are not going through those procedures to resuscitate people.
Not a good time for surgery, I guess. Judge Judy announcer Jerry Bishop, he's died of heart disease in Los Angeles. He was 84. He served as the announcer for the show since the first season in 1996. Harold Reed, who sang bass for the Statler Brothers, he died over the weekend, kidney failure. He was 80.
But it was coronavirus.
No, it was kidney failure.
But it was coronavirus. They'll probably mark that one up to coronavirus.
Probably.
Yeah. Either that or dementia, Alzheimer's. That's the other favorite. Everybody's got Alzheimer's if they die with a little bit of confusion or whatever. I can attest to that one personally.
Well, the guy who doesn't have much of a deep voice, so you wonder if he's one of those unique boys.
Oh.
Anyway, George Gray, the announcer from CBS, The Price is Right, the one that says, "Come on down! You're the next contestant on The Price is Right." Anyway, he had a quadruple bypass operation last week after he suffered multiple heart attacks days earlier. He's now recovering. How was your day? Oh, a little painful. Evening news programs on ABC, NBC, CBS have had viewerships increase 39% from this time last year, with combined daily audience numbers passing an average of 30 million during the last 5 weeks. World News Tonight is the most popular of the network news shows, with 12.4 million people watching on an average night. An Illinois federal judge ruled that Jesse Smollett cannot pursue allegations that the city of Chicago, its police department, and others participated in a malicious prosecution of the Empire, quote-unquote, actor after he was attacked earlier this year and then accused of staging the incident himself. I hope they nail that SOB to the wall.
Why is it taking so long? I mean, that clown should have been in jail a year ago.
Because he's got...
Oh, that's right.
Lawyers.
It's liberal privilege. I forgot.
Right.
It's liberal privilege.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
He's so put upon and oppressed, isn't he?
Yeah.
Retired Los Angeles Dodgers broadcaster Ben Scully has been hospitalized after falling at his Los Angeles area home. The team says the 92-year-old fell Tuesday and was taken to the hospital for observation. Scully is resting comfortably and is expected to be released soon. Joe Biden has fears that President Trump will try to postpone the upcoming presidential election. Well, he doesn't have the power to do that, Joe. So,
well, Joe, don't worry about it because you're not going to know it anyway. By the time that election rolls around, you're going to be done. Did you see his last thing? I mean, he didn't say a word. His wife did all the talking.
Really?
He's done. I mean, he's cooked.
I didn't see it. But it wouldn't surprise me.
I'll show it to you if I can find it again.
I'd like to see it. The latest rumor about North Korean's Kim Jong-un is that he is sheltering in an undisclosed location on the country's eastern coast. Saudi Arabia is going to abolish flogging. Oh, man, no more S&M?
No more flogging. They're just going to beat you with sticks. That's all. Jesus.
Beat you with the butt of a rifle.
Oh, man.
Today's Impossible Question. This non-essential item has been bought more often during the COVID-19 outbreak.
Okay.
What is it?
I don't know. Bought more.
Bought more. Buy it.
You have to buy it more. Well, you can't buy toilet paper, so...
that's not that.
Yeah.
This is something natural.
A natural substance?
A natural thing.
A natural thing that you buy more of? I don't know. Some vegetable or something, I guess.
Houseplants.
Houseplants. All right. Vegetation. All right.
From a Did You Know category, you can predict how much money someone makes based on their favorite kind of what?
Car.
Music.
Music.
No, the other is a measurement of their penis.
Oh, okay. All right.
The average person falls asleep in how many minutes? Hey, Fitbit says that it's impossible for me to do that.
within a couple of minutes, if they're a healthy, normal person.
7 minutes.
7 minutes, yeah. Sure.
Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Over 90% of American households will buy a pie every week.
A pie every week? How many households?
90.
No. I'm the 90%. I guess I'm in the 10%. We don't buy a pie every week.
might have a 7% of us say we hate doing this, or hate going to this,
Hate going to this?
or hate going on this.
Hate going on. Okay, now. All right. Well,
Not going that way.
I'm confused
I mean,
now. I have no clue.
Physically going to this.
How many? A large percentage of people
67%.
hate. Boy, whatever it isn't expensive. $6 a week. Can't be coffee. One stop at the Starbucks and you've blown that. I don't know, bubble gum.
Yeah, one stop at Starbucks trying to turn your coffee into hot chocolate.
Yeah.
They have hot chocolate there. Why not just order it?
Well, you know.
They probably got some with a blast of a little caffeine in it too. Doesn't hot chocolate have natural caffeine?
Well, chocolate does, yeah. Actually, I think it's got more than coffee.
We spend $6 on lottery tickets.
Oh, lotto tickets. Yeah, okay.
Experts say if you want to keep mosquitoes away, don't drink this.
If you want to keep mosquitoes away, don't drink alcohol.
I'll give you credit. Beer.
Beer, yeah.
Yeah. Or you can go to our county and get our mosquito pods, like we did last November after the mosquitoes ate us up, because we want to be environmentally friendly.
Yeah, well.
Instead of fogging the little SOBs out of here. Now guess what we have this spring? Mosquito College is how to do this.
Their laundry.
That's right. The average length of a marriage these days is how long?
About 32 minutes. Long enough to buy a Corvette. Here they're sitting in. Yeah.
All right, well, let's play a little bit of this morning for the Colonel.
And now it's time for Yes!
Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Or BS. Don't hit me back to good blues.
All right, time for another rousing round of Yes or BS, where we'll give the Colonel a statement. He'll decide why, yes, that's true, or no, that's total BS. It's April 22nd, it's April 27th. So the topic is the number 27. Each fact will involve 27 in some way.
Okay.
An official NBA basketball court is 27 feet wide.
True. Oh, yes or BS? Yes. Why not?
No, the courts are 50 feet wide. 27 feet is the width of a tennis court. The entire court, when playing doubles, is 36 feet wide.
Well, you can tell how much I pay attention to basketball.
Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse, and Kurt Cobain were all 27 when they died.
27 when they died? No, Janis Joplin was older than 27. They were all 27.
And they're unfortunately all members of the 27 Club.
Yeah, okay.
The Spanish alphabet has 27 letters, not 26.
The Spanish alphabet?
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue. I took Spanish in high school, and I don't remember that.
Me either. I took 4 years of it.
No, they don't have any extra letters, do they? Or they have a double L or something. Yeah, how about that? It's true.
It is true. Yeah. The extra letter is an N. Close to the L. With a tilde above it. It's
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that now. Okay, yep.
It's pronounced Naya.
No. That's the
like the word senora.
Like
senorita.
Mañana, señorita, senora, senor.
Spanish alphabet used to have 29 official letters, but got 2 dropped in 2010.
Oh.
So when you took it, it had 29.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that either. Yeah, there was a double L, and there was what was the other one? It doesn't matter, but yes, I do. I remember there were a couple extra letters, but I don't remember how many.
All right, Saturn has 27 moons.
Saturn, 27 moons. No, it does. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. How many does it have?
I don't know. Not 27. Less.
You say less?
Yeah.
No.
It's got more than 27 moons?
Well, a few more. 82 moons.
82 moons.
That we know of, including 20 that were just discovered last year.
Oh, all right.
The planet Uranus has 27 moons.
Oh, okay.
A lot of moons out there. And there are 27 bones in a human hand.
No, there's more than that.
No. 27. 8 bones in the base of your wrist, 5 in your palm, and 14 in your fingers.
All right. Well, I never took an anatomy, so.
I didn't take it that close. All right, some other trivia for you this morning. This has nothing to do with 27. The first company to propose an 8-hour workday was Woolworth's department store.
Oh, is that another yes or BS? Woolworths? Sure, why not?
No, it was Ford.
Ford did? Okay.
This one you better not get wrong, or you will be shamed. Quantico, Virginia has the largest base for the Army.
No, sorry. No.
What's it? What base is it?
It's a Marine Corps base,
That's
but
right.
the FBI also has a large installation there too, and there's also a national cemetery and a couple other things.
Yeah, I knew you'd get that one. The Peanut character Linus' obsession with the blanket is what introduced the term security blanket.
No, it was before.
Yes, it did. The first 5 presidents never lived in the White House.
The first 5? Madison. No, they got in there before the 5th one.
That's correct. Well, yeah, only George Washington is the only one that never slept in the White House.
Was it done for Adams? Yeah, I guess it was. That's right. It was. Yeah, I remember. Yep.
Samuel Wilson, a local inspector of Army supplies for the U.S. Army during the War of 1812, was the real Uncle Sam.
Oh, the 1812 guy. Yeah. That sounds about right. I can seem.
It is true. The only breed of dog that wasn't developed in the U.S. was this breed. It's ironically called the German Shepherd.
The only breed of dog not?
That was the only breed of dog that was developed in the U.S. was this breed. It's ironically called the German Shepherd.
No, the Germans had that. They're the ones that developed the Shepherd.
That's true. You're correct. It is BS. It was the Boston Terrier.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The Wyoming National Park that is known for its glaciers, particularly Old Faithful, is Yosemite National Park.
Yosemite, yeah.
No, got you on that one.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone,
Yeah.
Clark Gable, I would have slipped into that trap.
Yeah, I did.
Clark Gable was the inspiration for Bugs Bunny.
Clark Gable?
Yeah.
No clue. No.
Then we'll country wrong. Yes, he was eating a carrot in the movie scene, and it sparked an artist's brain.
Okay, well, I've never heard of that, so, yeah. Fine.
In the White House, you can visit the blue, red, and green rooms.
I know there's a blue room. I know there's a green room. I don't know that there's a red room in the White House. And I don't know if you can visit it. I don't know. No.
You should say yes.
It is. There is a red room that you can visit? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll believe you.
The 10 highest mountains in the U.S. are in Tennessee.
No. The 10 highest in the U.S.?
It is. That is bull. Which state has them?
California. Or Alaska, I guess.
Yeah, Alaska, you get credit now.
Yeah.
In America, 9 out of 10 girls born to a mother on welfare will go on welfare themselves as an adult.
Oh, is that a yes or BS? Again, I don't know.
It's BS. It's more like 1 out of 3.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, a third of them will. That's still too many.
Yeah.
Well, you get that baby daddy check in here, they're doing good. Uncle Ben's Rice was the exclusive rice supplier of the U.S. during World War II.
Oh, yeah, I believe, was it Uncle Ben's or Rice-A-Roni? I can't remember.
It was Uncle Ben's.
Was it Uncle Ben's? All right, yeah. I remember reading something. Yeah, Coke and Uncle Ben's, there were, products had exclusive rights or something. Yeah.
And Japanese farmers grow their watermelons in the shape of squares.
Japanese?
You spent time in Japan, you should know.
I'm trying. They're watermelons. I'm just trying to think. I don't remember seeing a square watermelon over there. It's probably true because they do a lot of weird things.
It is true.
Yeah, so they stack easier. That makes sense. But
they do it to conserve shelf space.
I don't remember seeing one though.
Well, they do put a
put
box
it in
around.
a box. Well, that's what they wrap their apples. They do a lot of different things to keep the bugs out so they're natural. They don't spray stuff. Yeah.
And the number one cause of home injuries is choking on food.
I believe that. Yeah.
Well, you believe wrong. Falling down.
Oh, was that a yes or BS? Oh, yeah. I thought you were just stating one of your facts, fun facts. Okay.
Hawaii is the only state that grows coffee.
Hawaii, the only state that grows coffee.
In other words, does Juan Baez have a plantation in Hawaii?
I know there's coffee in Hawaii. I'm just trying to think if they grow it anywhere else. I don't think they do. It's probably
true. It is true.
Yeah.
And an eagle's nest can weigh up to 1 full ton.
Yes.
2,000 pounds.
That's true.
It is true. I did not know that.
Yeah. If they, you get one, you don't want to hang around an eagle's nest and get below it.
You don't want one to drop on you.
No. They're huge.
And Batman appeared on the cover of Time magazine for his 50th birthday.
I don't know. Sure, why not?
No, Superman.
Superman, okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, well, I don't know. Superman.
Yeah. All right, 8:53 past the hour. Let's move into rim shots this morning. See if any of these can get the Colonel to laugh. We'll find out together. Get some rearranging done for maintenance purposes. All right, Kanye West says he's now a billionaire. He wanted to make sure to announce it so the SBA knows to include him in the next bailout.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It's about true. Jesse Smollett's lawsuit against Chicago was dismissed, or as Smollett put it, help. My lawsuit was attacked by two guys in Trump hats.
Yeah, what a...
New Kids on the Block released a new video to raise money for charity. Of course, that charity in question is New Kids on the Block. Alicia Keys debuted a new song on CNN. Not to be outdone, MTV showed Anderson Cooper's rolling his eyes at Trump supporters.
Yeah. Yep.
Jerry Jones' NFL draft room was on his $250 million yacht.
Yep.
It was this way of proving there are things he spent more money on than it turns out he didn't.
No, he's not dead.
Scientists say COVID-19 can be transmitted through sex. I'm sorry. Scientists say COVID-19 cannot be transmitted through sex. If that's the case, why did they cancel Comic-Con? You have to understand.
Now it's time for
Random facts.
1, 2, 3.
All right, random fact for today, and maybe a spare if we're good. The flag of Bosnia and Herzegovina is blue with a yellow triangle and white stars. And all of that is intentionally random. The ethnic group in the country couldn't agree on a compromise, so the flag was meaningless colors and symbols.
That sounds about right for that area.
Drowning in cold water gives you a better chance of survival than in warm water. The cold water slows your heartbeat and gives you up to an hour to be resuscitated. In warm water, you're basically done in 6 minutes or less.
Yep.
But it's a lot more comfortable death.
Maybe. I don't know if there's a comfortable way to go in that case.
No, not when you're inhaling water. The album that spent the most weeks on the Billboard Top 200 chart is The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. It spent 949 weeks in the top 200, which is more than 18 years. There's a Guinness World Record for the most prolific cannibal.
Prolific cannibal?
It's a tribe chief from Fiji in the 1800s named Ratu Udre, who ate between 872 and 999 people.
Yeah, they're still doing it out there in some of those islands. New Guinea.
It tastes like chicken. And
I'll take your word for it.
Brushing your teeth didn't take off in the United States until after World War II. And so not enough time to do anything else. Well, that sucks. All right, well, so it goes for this Monday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for a titillating Tuesday. Until then, all the advertisers you hear on our airways, be sure to support them. Give them first crack at your spending dollars because they're your neighbors. They make radio free to you, and they support us. And we need you to support them. And we'll all be a great county because, you know, when you do, 68% of the money stays here in our county and rolls over and creates jobs for all of us. So it's a win-win. So when you see them, put your tongue past your gum and tell them WEEB told you to come. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fallen and have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the Dog. We'll see you this afternoon at 2 at the Hot Dog Park.